Hey, what's up, everybody? This is Mr. Richmond, magically at his house with his Tennessee hat on, enjoying this fall weather. This is nice. This is nice. It's about 15 to 7. I'm on my front porch, and this is nice today. It's been a beautiful day, but the sun is slipping down. Let's see if I can see that sun slipping down. They are devils. But the sun's slipping down, and soon we will be in darkness, so I need to get this done. All right. Hopefully, at this point, you have completed all the questions that I gave you, looking up the answers on pages A6 through A11. So now I'm going to go through and give you a chance to check your answer with my answer, and hopefully the answers are the same. So let's check it out. You ready to go? Because here we go. Number 1 said, when did Robert Hooke record his observations of cork cells? Look at there. There is a mistake. I just fixed it. Oh, still didn't fix it. There we go. When did Robert Hooke record his observations of cork cells? Well, that was way back in 1665. Robert Hooke, which is kind of miraculous to me considering they didn't have a whole heck of a lot of technology, but he was able to look at a cork cell under a very primitive microscope contraption and actually see that cork was made up of these tiny little compartments that were all joined together. And the reason he called them cells was because it looked like a prison cell, and that's the truth. It looked like a row of prison cells. So that happened in 1665 with Robert Hooke. What a smart man he was. So let's move on down. Number 2, what is a cell? Very simply put, it's the smallest part of a living organism. If you take me and you and rip you up, don't do that. But if you get down to the smallest piece of me and you really can't get down to a smaller piece, now you're talking about a cell. And we're made up, by the way, and this is the answer to number 3. We're made up of trillions of these things. Not millions, which is a lot, not billions, which is a lot more, but trillions, which is more than we can probably fathom. So, but again, what is a cell? It's the smallest part of a living organism. Again, I'm not talking about a can or something, because that's not alive. I'm talking about a living organism, plant, animal, right? And so, and then how many cells does a human have? Again, trillions, which is a bunch. All right, let's move on down. Number 4, why do you think most organisms have many different types of cells? Well, think about it, because most organisms' bodies do a lot of different stuff, a lot of different jobs to stay alive, right? I mean, your body has to do a lot. You got to move, and that takes muscle cells. And then you got to kind of stay protected, and you've got to have a frame for everything to hang on, which is the bone cell. You got to have blood cells pumping through your veins, carrying oxygen and nutrients and fluid throughout your body, right? You got to have those kind of cells going on. You got to have brain cells doing their jobs. You got to have nerve cells so that when you stick your hand on the oven and and it hurts, you have enough sense to move your hand because it burns. So you got to have a lot of different kinds of cells, and they all look different, and they all do different jobs because your body has to do a lot of different kinds of stuff. So that only makes sense. Okay? So we really already answered this, but number 5, what is the function of a muscle cell? To provide movement. So you can move around. That's what a muscle cell lets you do. Number 6, what are 3 functions of the different types of cells that make up plants? Okay, well, plant cells are very unique. Number 1, they protect the plant. Number 2, they help a plant make food. And number 3, there are cells that help take in water and nutrients from the soil. So protection, make food, take in water and nutrients. Those are the 3 basic functions of plant cells. All right, and by the way, animal cells doing a whole lot more than plant cells. Number 7, why might bone cells be different from muscle cells? Well, think about it. Does a bone cell help you do this? I don't think so. It's your muscles that move you, But bone cells provide structure, support, protection. So bone cells do a different job than a muscle cell. That's why they have to be different. They can't be the same. They can't look the same. They can't act the same because they do a different job. That's the answer. Number 8. What are 3 basic life processes whoops, where are we going? Where are we going? What are 3 basic life processes that cells perform? All right, get ready. Cells basically release energy from food, so the body can use it. They get rid of waste, and they also make new cells for growth and repair. I burned myself. Can you see that burn on my hand? And so right now my little cells are going to work and they are repairing. So that's a good thing. Somebody's coming outside. They're interrupting me, and it is my wife. Sorry, guys. All right, I'll call them in a second. Number 9. She got me mixed up. Number 9. What are organelles and what do they do? Well, an organelle is really for a cell what organs are to us. You know what your organs are: your heart, your liver, your kidneys, your lungs, your small intestine, your stomach, your pancreas. All these organs, your brain, by the way, all these organs that do jobs for your body so your body can do the kinds of things that you and I like to do and also stay alive, which is kind of important. An organelle is those small parts within a cell that allow a cell to live and to do its job. So just don't do this, but if you crack me open, you'd see all my organs, right? Well, if you look inside of a cell, it has little parts that do jobs. And I don't know if I can show you one real quick, but I bet I can. Oh man, where's it at? You know, right when I need it. It's not there. Where are you, Mr. Cell? Let's click this. Maybe this will help us. Are you kidding me? Where are the cells? Well, guys, I just had this up a while ago. I'm wasting your time. I'm wasting my time. I forget it. That is aggravating. We'll look at these in class, though, okay? But again, organelles are the small parts of a cell that allow it to live and to do its job. I'm wasting too much time. Let's roll. Number 10, what structures or organelles are common in both plant and animal cells? All right. Well, with the parts of a cell, some of these will be found in animal cells and in plant cells, and then some of them are only found in plant cells. So here are the ones that you'll find in an animal cell and a plant cell. You'll find a nucleus, you'll find chromosomes, you'll find a cell membrane, you'll find cytoplasm, you'll find vacuoles, and you'll find mitochondria. Let's count them. I believe it's 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So plant and animal cells both have all of these organelles or little parts within them. All right. Now number 11 says, what structures are only found in plant cells? Well, a plant cell has 2 extra ones that an animal cell does not. It has a cell wall and it has chloroplasts. It has a cell wall and it has chloroplasts. We will talk more about that in class, those 2 interesting parts. Number 12, what is the function of the cell wall? Well, that's one of those parts of a cell, and its job is it's a strong, rigid layer that supports and protects the cell. A strong, rigid layer that supports and protects the cell. What you want to remember here is the cell wall supports the cell and protects the cell. That's the meat. All right, number 13, what is the function of the chloroplast? We kind of learned this already when we studied plants. But chloroplasts are the organelles, what's this, that allow a plant to take energy from the sun and use it to make food. It's the green stuff within a cell. Within that chlorophyll, the chloroplasts are those tiny little organelles that allow the plant to capture the light energy. Okay, and it's in each one of those cells. Number 14, where are the chromosomes of a cell located? Chromosomes are located in the nucleus of the cell. Don't worry if you don't understand that, you will. What are mitochondria? The mitochondria use food to make energy for the cell. They are the power plants of the cell. Let me say that again. Mitochondria are little parts in a cell that use food to make energy for the cell. They are what allows the plant to have power and energy to live. Number 16, water. What do vacuoles do? Vacuoles are kind of like closets within a cell. They are a place for the cell to store extra food and water. In plant cells, they're really big, and in animal cells, they're either really small or sometimes they're not in there at all. Some animal cells don't even have vacuoles. But in plant cells, big closets, and we'll talk about why. Number 17, what is the cell membrane? The cell membrane is just a covering. It covers the cell and it holds the cell together, and it allows food and water to come in and waste and other stuff to pass out of the cell. And when I think of a cell membrane, I think of a water balloon. And the balloon would be the cell membrane, and then inside would be all the other parts and stuff. Okay? But it's what holds it together. Covers and holds it together. Number 18, what is the nucleus? The nucleus is the command center of the cell. It tells the cell what to do and when to do it. Number 19, how do food, oxygen, and water enter a cell? All right, through osmosis. Now, I'm just going to give you the answers on these. There's no way I'm going to try to explain it on here. Just get the answers. Through osmosis. That means food and water can pass in through the cell membrane, and this is a type of diffusion. I know you don't understand that, but that's okay. And then what is the difference between diffusion and osmosis? I tell you what, forget this right here. Don't even worry about it. I'm going to go over this one in class, okay? Don't even try to get this thing down. So there you go. Now, if you didn't get your answer written down and I went too fast, rewind, hit the pause button, look at what I've written down, copy it down if yours is different. If it's the same, you are jamming. So, all right, there you go. Rewind it if you have to, and pause it if you need to. See ya.